All right, so here's the thing. I was young once, and a long time ago, I used to get really frustrated when I would say something to my family, when I sit down at the dinner table with my father, mother, sister's younger, my parents, extended family, and I would have an idea. I would get really excited about the idea, and I would just be dismissed. He's a young person, doesn't know what he's talking about. He's too idealistic. He's a teenager 100 years ago. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So that sense of wanting to prove to the world that I have some of the answers. I don't have all the answers, but I have some of the answers to some of the most vexing questions, challenges in this world, has been a part of my world, my thinking, and I've constantly have had something to prove. And so recently I was reading an article which finally sort of brought it home, and I want to share it with you because I think this is why today, right now, on this day in Armenia, you guys have the answer to the biggest questions in your communities. Usually, those who make decisions and those who finance decisions in the big world, right? Whether it's the city council, the municipal council, the mayor, the president, the parliament, and so on, make decisions and finance those decisions for today. Okay? They do it for the most immediate future. Okay? Because we don't have a lot of resources, and that's not just an Armenian problem, that's a world problem. We always have to be able to balance the resources that we have with the needs that we have, right? So most decisions that are made for today, to solve the problems of today, okay? So I started thinking, there is no lobbying group, there are no advocates, there is no one who says, wait a minute, we have big problems coming up. We need to solve those problems. We need to prevent those challenges before they become challenges, before they become big problems. Okay? We don't have a lobbying group. We don't have a constituency of the future. Okay? But I think we do. The 25 of you sitting in this room, the 30 of us sitting in this room, and 50%, imagine this for a minute, 50% of the world's population who are under the age of 30 are the constituency of the future. They're the ones who have to make a decision that they're going to save the future because they're going to be the ones who are going to have to live in that future. Okay? And so that's why, in my heart, I truly believe that young people today, like no other time in world history, like no other era in world history, are able to actually define the future and define it in a way that's not just about Lukashen or Koti or Armavir Mars or Armenia. We have the ability to define the future that's about an entire globe. And for the first hour of tonight's session, of tonight's summit, we talked about technology and how technology allows us to do that, to have that conversation with other people. Kenya, New York, Washington, people are watching us in Los Angeles and the Netherlands, right? Now imagine if 50% of the world's population started having a conversation, started going and knocking on people's doors and saying, I am the constituent of the future. I am going to make it better for myself and my community for the future. And that's why I'm going to save Armenia, and along with it, this globe, this world. That's my dream. That's my answer to why I do what I do every day. But more importantly than that, that truly is the reason why we're having this conversation today. Because we've already figured out, all of us have figured out, that unless we're committed to having this conversation and sharing the results of this conversation with what is happening, and forget all the technology. Let's park the technology to the side for a second. We have committed to having the ideas, to coming up with the ideas, to refining and fine-tuning our ideas, and then sharing it with the rest of the world, that's why we're going to save Armenia and the world with it.